when we use the word true? How are we defining the word true? And what I want to do this evening is I want to go through a couple of definitions that we would use in order to define how we would use that word and break it apart to instill confidence in us when we talk about the Bible, when we look at the Bible, when we're either doing daily devotions or we're doing study or even just investigating the Bible, if it's not something that you necessarily do. And those three definitions that I'm going to be working with are in accordance with fact and or reality, communicating accurately, and conveying honestly. In other words, I want to answer the question, is this book trustworthy as history? And so that's really what we're going to focus on with this first point. When I say in accordance with fact and or reality, what I'm talking about is, can we look at some of the things that we read about in the Bible and actually say this is talking about real places and real times and real people? And one of the ways we can do that is by going to the text itself and seeing how some of the biblical authors describe what they're doing to begin with. Luke, one of the gospel authors, wrote a biography of Jesus that we refer to as the Gospel of Luke. And in it, he outlines his purpose statement right at the beginning. And Luke uses a word there that we translate as account or narrative to describe his book. This is a word that other ancient Greco-Roman historians use, other writers, to describe how they themselves write history. In fact, there are two very important ancient historians, Josephus and Lucian, who use this word to describe how they should write proper historical documents. Specifically, Lucian in his book, How to Write History.